Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the BBG, and we are playing a new one here today, The Walking Dead Survivors. Now, this is kind of a blast from the past for me, because if you've seen the few live streams that I talked about my gaming past when it comes to mobile games, you would know that once upon a time I was in fact a whale. And the type of game that I whaled on was indeed City Sims. And look, we're talking about like 8 years ago, something like that. I used to play a game called T-Girls, which was indeed a city sim. And it's kind of almost wrong to call these games city simulators. It's honestly more like a war simulator. At least that was my experience in the past. It was up there, because obviously at the time, 8 years ago, not a whole lot of cultivation games out. I couldn't really play any of them because there was none available. And these type of games were the most ruthless games that I found online, like to the point where you can lose everything sort of thing. Like you can lose everything you worked for. When I was playing, if you lost a fight, you lost your commanders kind of thing. So in this, you get 3 commanders that you can send out to fight. But even if you lose, you don't lose them, because these are the things people really spend money on, like realistically. Now imagine spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on a survivor that an enemy can capture for 24 hours. Yeah. It's no wonder that they phased that out in these later iterations of city simulators. Like, we're talking the ancient days, basically. But if you don't know what a city sim is, it's basically you get a city that you build up, you build farms, lumber mills, depending on the resource. Obviously, we got water and food as well, and meat and bullets. Different, it changes game to game, but it's usually 5 different resources that you get as you level up. And you have to upgrade things. You train troops, and those troops can then go and attack other cities or zombies. In this case, I do enjoy a good zombie game. So if I wanted to, I could basically just attack this person and take everything that they've gathered in whatever amount of time that they've gathered. Literally, I could kill all their units and just steal all their stuff. That's the kind of game this is. In order to avoid that, you've got to have things called bubbles, and that basically protects you from attacks and scouts. But, you know, it really depends on how you play this game. Me, I am a very, very, very experienced player of these games, so I know what's up. As soon as you join a new map, all you have to do is join the top clan, and you're guaranteed to win, basically. You won't get attacked. You don't have to worry about getting absolutely murdered and losing all your resources, because the top clan will protect you. That's just the way it goes. But unfortunately, for a lot of new players, and I really want to talk about this because this is something that maybe doesn't get talked about enough, I don't know, but a lot of new players get attached to the first guild that they ever go into in games like this, and they all get happy about, yeah, let's grow stronger together, not realizing that, you know, one person from the top guild can just come in and wipe every single one of them out, and then they get sad about it, and then they quit the game. That's usually the cycle that city sims take, and this one in particular is probably the most lenient I have ever seen of city sims. Like, almost every event is like 99% of your men are protected from, like, when you get attacked or whatever from the events, or when you do attacking. It's so lenient, and I totally understand why. It's to stop people from quitting. It's literally to stop people from quitting, because it takes, if you just train them, I'm just promoting my units right now to tier 6, but when you train just normal units without promoting them, it's like 6 hours. So if you've got 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, however many units, and someone attacks you and you lose 20,000 units, that's like dozens to hundreds of hours lost because, well, they're dead. But my God, you don't really have to worry about this on here. And I'm guessing it's because I'm on server 1189. And that means, obviously, that this is a very advanced game. There's a lot of servers. And most of the strongest people here are normal players on earlier servers who know exactly what they're doing. And they unify the server as early as possible in order to prepare for what comes next. And what comes next is obvious to anyone who's played these types of games before. What comes next is the invasion of other servers. Other servers are going to attack us, and if, you know, it's not unified and everyone's not working together, this server will just get absolutely overrun and destroyed by other servers. That's how it works. But in this particular game, it's actually really cool. an enemy server can come in with all their clan and just teleport around the whole map, which is quite large, mind you, like it's a big ass map, and start taking over these communities, and you've got to defend them, and then you have a chance to attack their server, and that's very good PvP for me. And the best part is you don't seem to lose units for that. It's a huge wounded rate. Like, you don't actually get losses. Like, that's crazy to me, because I come from a period of time in City Sims where any attack could be completely lethal to you and cost you hundreds of millions of resources just from a screw up in one single attack. So I can see why they've done this. It's very, very, very lenient. My God, it's lenient. It's not a bad thing. It makes the game more enjoyable for the average player. But I remember, like, back in 2016, something like that, I was working out in the bush at the time, and I knew every time my phone went off, it was a toss-up between a text message or a message that says, "You are being scouted." And there is nothing like the absolute adrenaline rush of the realization that if I don't get on right now, I could lose everything. And you really have to be a specific kind of person to play this kind of game, which is why I said ruthless. It is a ruthless kind of game, and I missed it a lot. So when Aptoide was like, "Yo, we support this game as well," I was like, oh man, yes. And I kind of did rediscover my love for this game, because it is an idle game at heart past like the first couple weeks when you're in the top clan and that, because everything takes time to do. It takes time to train units, it takes time to upgrade buildings, it takes time to do research, and then you need to gather the resources for it, or steal it, you know. Either way is good. I may or may not have stolen some resources, but it's fine. I've gathered more than I've stolen, which is new for me. Let me tell you, I was a monster in in the other game. Like, we're talking hundreds of millions of kills and billions of resources. But, you know, we'll skip over that. But moving on to Aptoide. Yes, this game is indeed partnered with Aptoide, and what that basically means is that for every dollar you spend through Aptoide, you get between 5 and 30% back as rewards for you to then literally just spend straight back on the game. And I'll show you what I mean. First steps first, just download Aptoide from the website. Then after that's downloaded, just open it up and drag the APK over into your favorite emulator. Depending on which one it is, it might automatically download it in, which is always nice. And from here, you can click the link in the description to get the APK of The Walking Dead, which you can then just pop right in here. Alternatively, you can open up the Aptoide app itself and just search for the game through here. The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead Survivors, 103k downloads. Yep, that's about right. Supported by Appcoins, yes. So download that. Once it's done, we can then move on to getting the rewards thing itself. Now, you can find the Appcoins wallet by just typing in Appcoins and downloading the one with 2 million downloads. This is the one we want. Download that, and then that'll appear on your home screen. And once we've done that, we just open the wallet, let it load. Now on the screen here, you will see a backup available for you to save your wallet in case something happens. It's just better to have a backup, and it'll send it to you in email so that you can recover it if anything happens, should anything happens. Now, you don't want to transfer anything to this or top it up. Don't do that. The whole point is doing it through the game itself, and I will show you. Now, in the rewards area, you can see what game's going to get an extra 5%. So the code I'm about to give you, which is BBGTWDS, is an extra 5% on top of whatever you get. Now, ideally, you pair it for when The Walking Dead actually gets a perk day, which is an extra 5%. On top of the fact, whatever level you have your Aptoide at, you'll get an extra % there. So for me, it's 5% for me, from my code, 5% from a perk date potentially, and then another 7%. So I get 17% extra rewards for every dollar I spend, which is absolutely bonkers, of course. But once that's done, it's all good. Now we can open the game. And now that that's done, I can finally get the first aid pass, which is what I've been trying to aim for. I've been holding back from getting it until I got this code so I could get more. So $15.92, and we get $1.91 in extra credit, basically. And why that's good for this kind of game is that there's just so many tiny little purchases that you can do that make quite a big difference over time. And if you can get them for free via this way, I mean, why not, to be honest? Oh, yes, I can get my school bus. Claim all. This is going to be good. Oh, yeah. Oh, mate, I can get my school bus. Let's go. 16,000. I want the school bus because I believe, I should probably check, it gives me construction cost reduction. That's huge. That's huge in these games because they get so expensive. So expensive. So, school bus. Continue. Use. Yes. Now let's go and enhance it because we can. I've been saving up everything with the intention of getting this. Upgrade, 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 upgrade as much as possible. Because construction cost reduction, I need it. And now that's all I'll be focusing on. But I suppose I'll get this too. I have a few of them, 3,000 of them. I kind of want attack. Oh, vehicle body 17 to do. Okay, fair enough. Well, I can get everything to 15 almost. Oh, just. Good enough. And then performance. Damage taken by vehicles formation negative. Yes. And we're just going to click this until 17. No, I'm not going to have enough till 17. But that's fine. That's fine. It's still amazing. It's still absolutely amazing. Now, I have enough Appcoins to get 2 of these, I do believe. And I'm absolutely going to. Appcoins credits. Buy. Completely free. Just from making the purchases prior. Totally worth it. Yoink. And we'll get this one. Completely free. But yes, this game's been such a serious blast from the past. I've been enjoying I've been playing like nearly 3 weeks now. I'm definitely absolutely not the strongest here. There are some absolute monsters in here, and I don't even dare to guess how much that they have spent. I do not dare, because City Sims were, and I think always will be, one of the games where people spend the most amount of money, I think. And if you're free to play going into these City Sims, seriously, all you need to do is just wait until a top clan is established and apply to it. An active player is worth their weight in gold in these games. But that's enough out of me, ladies and gents. I'm going to set my formations up. School bus equipped. And then on formation 2, we can chuck the carriage. Beautiful. But anyways, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you can look forward to more videos here. There's so many events in these games now to, aiming at player retention, and just, it's so much better than it was in hindsight. It was rough back in the day, but now even free to play, keep playing because you can survive instead of just get absolutely stomped on. Well, there's still people that get stomped on, but join the strongest clan. But don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, as always, have a great day.